Welcome, guys, to Second Take. My name is John Villaverta, again with Chris Carter, not the wide receiver, as always.
My
Chris shakes his
God.
head. Hey, listen, week 2 of the NFL, Chris. Wow. Was some surprises last week, man.
I mean,
So,
football's back, man.
yeah,
Football's
football's
back.
back, dude.
What a great weekend.
Oh, my God. I was loving it. First of all, let's talk about last week, man. Dude, I think our picks, I was way off. I mean, we're not perfect, obviously, but like we were way off on our picks, I think. I had a few over here, but all right, tell me, Chris, who surprised you from last week? Who do you think was like you were like, oh my god, this team won, or oh my god, that team lost?
Honestly, the Giants and Dallas game was really the most surprising,
Oh my
just
god,
because
you mentioned that.
Dallas looked so good and the Giants looked so bad.
Oh
Like
my god,
you just had two complete polar opposites fighting against each other.
yeah,
And I think
two hours too.
and it was just like 40-0 that like they didn't even score. Like that's
Yeah, that was
you would
embarrassing,
think they would
man.
do something.
At least
Like the
three.
Giants are exactly the Giants were supposed to be a pretty decent team this year.
Mm-hmm. I
But I don't know. That was the most surprising thing that I had this
agree.
past week.
But you got to ask yourself this too, man. And this is something that I ask some people, outside of this podcast that maybe they'll be guests in the future. But you got to ask yourself: are the Giants that bad, or are the Cowboys that good?
Honest, look, man, I'm a diehard Eagles fan, and
We both are.
I think Dallas is just that fucking good.
Man, I mean,
Like I think their defense is going to be pretty hard to beat.
yeah, I mean, I agree, but I think I think it goes both sides too. I mean, I would say, yeah, Dallas is that good. I mean, I will say that their defense is just like, I mean, dude, they got two star corners, Trayvon Diggs and what is it, Stephon Gilmore? I think they got.
Stephon Gilmore,
Yeah,
yeah.
Stephon Gilmore. They got him. They got pretty decent secondary with the two safeties, Malik Hooker, and I forgot the other guy's name, but yeah, they're definitely a top five defense. They're gonna be top five
100%.
as long as Dan Quinn is running that man, dude. They're gonna be like top five.
Now,
I
as
think
long if
that's
their offense can produce, then
yeah,
they're a problem. They're a problem.
yeah, and I
But
think
we all know how Dak does. It's a cycle with the Cowboys fans. You
starts
do
off hot,
great.
man, and he just drops, man.
Yep.
He just
You start
drops.
off great, and then you get the Weedham boys,
Oh
and
man,
then playoffs happen, and they lose and they're out.
listen, man. I just hate to say this, man. Dak, he's not worth 40 mil a year. I'm sorry, but he's not.
I
He's
mean,
good, but he's not great.
no human being is worth $40 million
Yeah,
a
like
year. So
again, I will say that, like would I start him? Yeah, 100% I would start him. But like when it comes to like a clutch situation, something in the playoffs, I wouldn't start him. He can't prove himself, dude. He's been in the league for what, over 5 years, two playoff wins. Come on, man. You gotta get to at least like if you lose the NFC championship, at least you got there. You know what I mean? Like look at the Niners last year when they lost to us.
I mean, there's Hall of Fame quarterbacks that never won a playoff game.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Dallas is gonna be one team to watch out for. I think they're definitely gonna give the Eagles a run for the title.
I
So
agree.
yeah, so that's I think that was my surprise too. That's why I laughed so much because I'm like, man, I'm like, are the Giants that bad or Dallas is that good? I kind of lean both ways, but I'm like, Dallas's defense is better
Yeah.
than Giants. I mean, Giants they're
I
just
mean,
trash, dude.
there was things
Hey,
on both
Giants.
sides that were terrible. Like there's things on the Giants that were terrible. There's things that
Yeah,
on the Cowboys that were just really
I
good.
mean, they just have to rebuild, man. Giants have no line, and your cousin Jaden Carter, man, he's gonna be all over that line when we play them.
I agree.
Yeah, like dude, they just God, man, and like Saquon only signed on 1 year. Honestly, I don't see him being in the Giants next year. He's gonna be like,
I
yo,
don't either.
I'm out. He's gonna be, yo, I'm gonna go to a better team with a better line. Maybe it's Philly, who knows? Or maybe the
No,
Bengals.
he's
Bengals
not
can
coming
even.
to
I could see
Philly.
him going to the Bengals. Oh my God, he would shit in the Bengals with Joe Burrow. Oh my God. But anyway, that's something we could talk about as the weeks go by. Don't be surprised if that does happen though, man, before the trade deadline. I wouldn't be surprised. But my surprise was that, and also another surprise of mine. I'm looking at the last week's schedule over here. Dude, the Bengals losing, man. The
Um,
Browns. That kind
that
of surprised me low
I
key.
think the weather really affected that game.
You think so?
I do. I think the weather really got to both teams,
Mhm.
but I also think Joe Burrow's not healthy. Not at least not 100
Yeah, I
percent
think he came back a little too soon, I think.
I agree.
He should have sat out maybe 1 or 2 weeks, come back week 3. I mean, dude, 2 games is not going to kill you. If you're 0 and
I
2,
agree.
you can get a 4-game win streak. You're 4 and 2. You know what I mean? Like, you're good.
Yeah, I agree.
But we'll see. We'll see how he plays on Sunday. Is it Sunday or Monday? I think he plays Monday. We'll check
I
out the
believe
schedule
so.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check out the schedule at the end of the podcast here. But yeah, I mean, other teams too was the 2 rookies lost, Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. They and Richardson too.
Yeah, Richardson lost
I'm
too.
looking at the schedule here too. They lost. Uh
Did any players jump out at you?
any players? Ooh, oh, I got 2 words for you, man.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
Nah, mine's Calvin Ridley.
Dude, oh, that's a good one. He did kill us.
Calvin, I mean,
I mean,
Tyreek Hill just outruns everybody.
yeah,
I mean, it's just not fair.
yeah, true. I mean, he's gonna go for over 2,000. If he plays the way he's playing right now, man, like consistently, which that's really hard, but if he does it, he's gonna rush. He's gonna go for over 2,000 rush. He's gonna receive for over 2,000.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's him.
touchdowns.
I think it's Tua who you have to worry about. If Tua can stay healthy, yeah, he's going to have over 2,000 receiving yards in the season.
Yeah. Another player that surprised me too that a lot of people fell asleep on, Jordan Love. Dude, he played good, man.
All right, calm down.
Listen, I'm just saying, he played good. I was like,
who
bro.
They play? They played the Bears, right?
He played the Bears, yeah.
All right, calm down. Calm down.
The Bears are like the Giants 2.0. I hate to say
exactly.
it.
Calm down.
Anyway, we'll see how he does this week, man. It should be fun watching him, man. But I think that's why I just keep your eye out for him, man. I like Jordan Love this year. I'm a little high on him too. I drafted him in my fantasy league, so he's my backup quarterback. But hey, we'll see what happens. But yes, Calvin Ridley was another one, man. Sat out all year last year, man. Just comes back and plays like that. He made some clutch catches too.
He really did.
One there was like 2. It was like I think it was like 2 defenders, and he literally I don't know how he caught that ball, to be honest. But that was awesome.
He's gonna come back and be a monster.
Yeah, I agree, man. He's definitely gonna if he plays like that, man, he's gonna make the Pro Bowl. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Jags make it deep into the playoffs with him, because I think last year they were close, man. They got close to the AFC Championship game. So we'll see how they do this year. Let's see who else. Who else surprised us from last year? That's pretty much it, man. I mean, pretty much big players and all that. I mean, the 49ers just dominating the Steelers, man.
Oh, I can't wait for that game.
Oof.
Eagles 49ers is going to be a great game.
I know that's something that Chris has circled in his calendar.
I'm going to the game.
Yeah. That's something I got circled in mine too, so we'll see. But yeah, dude, they just dominated the Steelers, man. I'm like, they look good, man. They look better than they did last year. So I think that's another team too. I think it's between Philly, Dallas, and the 49ers, man. Those 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they all make the playoffs again this year and compete for that NFC Championship, man. I would not be surprised, because that's how good I think those teams are if they keep it consistently. Now, speaking of Philly, I'll be honest, man.
They play tonight, man.
They played tonight. But listen, let's talk about last week, man. They just looked rusty, man. I mean, and I don't know if you saw the press conference, but like Nick Sirianni was saying, like, they were asking him, "Do you regret not starting them in the preseason, at least for like a quarter or whatever?" He said, "Yeah, he did regret it." He said, "I should have played them." Because they just didn't look 100%. I'm sorry, man. It was just like, dude, where is your head at? Like, this is a game.
That, and they were, you could tell they were, I mean, at least the defensive line was really gassed by the end of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, even with all the substitutions we make,
yeah,
like, that D-line was
sack, man. He made that clutch sack at the end, Jalen Carter. So that was oof, man. I think that woke everyone up, like, oh my God, he got that sack. So
yeah, first one of the year, baby.
Yeah, they won by 5. I mean, we'll talk about the game later on in a few minutes, but as a matter of fact, we can start now. Hey, Thursday night, Vikings and Eagles, man. Let's talk about that. I mean, how do you think? Tell me how you feel about both sides, man. I'll tell you my thoughts. You give me yours. We'll go from there.
You go first.
All right. Well, listen, this is gonna be tough, man. I'm gonna tell you why, because Philly just has some injuries, man. Dude, they got James Bradbury out. You got Reed Blankenship, who's been pretty good. He's been a stud since last year. Kenneth Gainwell, I'm not too worried about the running backs as much. I think with Jalen Hurts and DeAndre Swift, I think we'll be all right with the running game. And Rashad Penny, if he starts, I think we'll be fine. But it's just that defense, man. You got Hawkinson over there. Dude, he's going to – and let me tell you something. This guy Henry from the Patriots, dude, he made us look silly last week. I
Oh,
mean,
Hunter Henry?
oh my God, he made us look silly last week, man. I was like, dude, where are these linebackers? I'm like, literally, it was like 3rd down and 6. First down, he got like 7 yards. Like, I'm like, bro, where's the coverage? Like, it
Yeah.
was bad, dude. Like, listen, we'll get a little deeper into this too. I do like what Sean Desai is doing, the new DC, man. I saw a couple of blitzes last week that I was like, all right, I like it. You disagree? I gotta hear this stuff, but let me finish real quick. I mean, we'll see how he does tonight. I want to see how he does tonight against Justin Jefferson, man. That's gonna be tough, dude. But then again, it is Kirk Cousins. I will
In
say
prime
this,
time.
though. I will say this. My thoughts for tonight, man, with Vikings O-line, Philly's D-line. I think Philly has the advantage big time. The only reason being is because I think they're going to put Jaden Carter in that middle. Their center's out for this game. So
Ooh.
that's going to be like huge for Philly. I think they're just going to like, listen, even if they double, whether it's Cox or Carter, whoever, man, even if they double him, dude, that's going to, I have a feeling they might do that, man. With that injury, depending how that center does, he may need some help. Because those D tackles, man, that we have, they're not going to be easy to cover. So block, I should say, not cover. So, but dude, I got Philly tonight, man. But my score prediction for tonight, man, I think it's gonna be in like the low 20s. I'm gonna say like I'm gonna go like close to like last week. I'm gonna say like 21-24 Philly. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings pull it off. I mean, of course, man, we gotta root for Philly, man. Gotta root for Philly. But like Kirk Cousins is like 11-18 in primetime games.
Yep.
He's got a losing record, but he does have the dubs though. So man, I mean, it's just tough. I'm gonna go with Philly on this one just because it's just I feel like that the battle of the trenches, man. Whoever wins that is gonna win the game. Yeah, I mean, if you can hit Kirk Cousins and even vice versa, even if they hit Jalen Hurts, you're gonna ruin the passing game, man. They're gonna like, I mean, you know how it is, man. It's the NFL. You know what I mean? You can double AJ Brown, double Justin Jefferson, like, dude. Yeah, I mean, as soon as you hit him, boom, that's it, sack.
Mm-hmm.
So it's whoever wins the trenches, I think wins the game tonight. So that's my thoughts. Shoot, what do you got?
Listen, our D line is going to dominate this game. The Eagles had the 3 of the top 5 least time to get to the quarterback last week. Jalen Carter, Quentin Williams, and Jordan Davis. Now, I think they were both all under 3 seconds. Especially since you said that it was 2 point something.
Yeah.
Now, with their center being out, the interior defense is going to be able to, I think, it's going to rip them to shreds.
Yeah.
With the 3 that we got, and then you got Josh Sweat coming off the outside, Brandon Graham coming off the outside. I think we're going to be good. I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a lot of pressure tonight. Now, I don't think it's going to be that big of a close of a game as you. I'm going 35-24. I think Justin Jefferson is still going to get his, and I think they're still going to score points, obviously. Now, I made a trade in fantasy this week.
Oh, let's hear it.
I traded Justin Jefferson.
Oh man, what'd you get?
I traded him for CeeDee Lamb, Joe Mixon, Breece Hall, and Cortland Sutton.
Jeez, bro. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, though, man. I mean,
CeeDee. Look, I may have made
he's the go-to guy out there in Dallas, though, man.
I may have made the mistake of my life. We'll find out, and when the season
find out tonight, we'll find out in less than an hour.
But I think I do think the Eagles are going to win. But Justin Jefferson is going to get his. He's going to rack up his yards. He's going to get his touchdowns. Now, I don't think the Vikings are going to have a run game to be able to supplement.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to supplement their pass game with a run game. At least not right away. Maybe later in the game they might be able to get a little something going.
They'll break a couple, I think.
But I think by that point, the game is going to be a little bit too far out of reach for him.
Yeah. Talk about the DC for Philly, man. What did you see last week that
look, man?
That you thought, like, any pros and cons that you saw about Philly's new DC, coming into the season, I should say.
I just hate this soft ass defense. Why, man? Why are we playing off? Like, I understand we can't play man to man every down, and we can't blitz every down. Like, obviously, like I'm not what's his Jim Johnson. I'm not trying to blitz every single down, but like you said, Hunter Henry was killing us because all he would
They're
do is
tight ends.
he would find
Tight
a
ends,
soft
dude.
spot in the zone and then just sit there. And
Yeah,
Mac Jones had a nice little dump off to him.
yeah. I thought like I
So
mean one of the cons I saw too, and maybe you'll agree with me, agree or disagree, is like just I mean the late sacks were good, but they were too late. Like, yo, dude, you gotta hit them early, man. Get the sacks early, man. Get 3, 4 sacks into the game. Sack them like twice in the first quarter. Second quarter, hit them a couple times. I mean, and then those 2 sacks in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean, that would have been straight. If it would have been 4 sacks, oh, they would never
the
score 20 points. They
the
probably would
NFL is
score
all
10.
about momentum, man. It's
Yeah,
all about momentum. So once someone gets into a rhythm, that's all confidence. Like
yeah,
if you have the confidence, Mac Jones is out there slinging it like he's
yeah.
a
Oh, like nothing.
top five quarterback. Like,
I
what the
think
fuck are you doing?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think Patriots did play some of their starters in the preseason, so that is a fact.
Yeah,
I'll say that. I mean, Philly didn't have nobody playing in the preseason. I think the Bengals were another team to that. They had nobody, none of their starters playing in the preseason either. So a lot of teams did look rusty. I think this week is going to determine a lot of like, okay, that team started off 0-1, now they're 1-1, now they're 2-1, now they're 3-1, now they're 4-1. You know what I mean? It's going to keep going. We're
yeah,
going to see like who's really about it this season, if that makes sense.
yeah. I got you. I
who's,
got you.
who's, who's gonna like be like, yo, like you want the title, you gotta go through us.
Yeah,
So
no, I got you.
yeah. So but
All right, so let's talk about the rest of the week. What you got?
yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. All right. So what do we got here? I don't think you guys can see my screen yet, but I'm gonna pull up the schedule while we're doing that. Now we'll talk a little more about that. All right, so we talked about Thursday night. And we'll go through our picks later on, but let me see if there's any games over here that I feel like it's gonna be, you know,
What what
uh
you got? What do you have as game of the week for you?
game of the week for
Okay,
me. Yeah, all right. I'm looking right now.
if you could sit down and watch it, you're gonna sit down and watch it.
Mhm. Honestly, this is a game I've been thinking about all day, literally. The Jets and the Cowboys.
I'm not thinking about that anymore because they don't have Aaron Rodgers.
No, but listen, no, dude, don't fall asleep on the Jets, man. I mean, that defense did look good. They picked off Josh Allen 3 times, dude. Like I'm like,
I
man,
mean,
the
yes,
guy. I mean, the guy's 0-5 too in overtime, which shocking me, as good as he is. But yeah, I mean, dude, that Jets defense, man, they're gonna be a problem this year, man. I think that's another team that's gonna be at least a top 5 defense, maybe even top 10 at the worst. But yeah, no, I like those defenses. It's gonna be low scoring though. I don't think it's gonna go past 20. And we'll talk about that with our picks towards the end. But that's a game that I have circled. So or you know what? We can pull that up right now real quick. Let me do that. I'll do it on my side. All right. Let's get this going here. Can you see my screen?
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, man. So I mean, we got Green Bay and Atlanta, man. I think this one's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna give it to Green Bay on this one. I mean, we can do our picks right now if you want to get it out the way because I know
Yeah, it's good.
we gotta watch the birds. So all right, so let's do the picks, and then if we have time towards the end, we'll talk about like what we think is gonna happen or whatever, what players we think it's gonna go off, who's not gonna go off or whatever. But let's do it, man. Let's start off. So Green Bay and Atlanta. I like Green Bay in this one, man. I think Jordan Love is gonna put up some numbers, I think, against Atlanta's defense. Atlanta, man, they're just rebuilding, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'd say maybe in a couple of years they'll be good. Honestly, I would not be surprised if they fire their coach this year.
Yeah. It's Arthur
That's
Smith,
one
isn't
team,
it?
man, that Arthur Smith, man, I mean, coming from Tennessee, man, I just feel like Atlanta's missing something. I mean, and I feel like what they're missing is that like star head coach, man. Like that Nick Sirianni. They need that Nick Sirianni or that Sean McVay in Atlanta. That's how they're gonna
Yeah.
go far, man. They're gonna go far if they have that coach. And is that coach out there? Yeah, I agree. It could be this guy from the offensive coordinator from Washington. What's his name? Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy, former
Yeah,
Kansas
that's a good point.
City. I mean, I can see that happening. I believe if he does get hired with them, if that comes to the case,
Yeah.
I can see him going far with Atlanta. Believe it or not. But I like Green Bay in this one, man. Who do you got, Chris? For this one?
I'm gonna go with you. I like Green Bay as well.
Yeah, I like Green Bay, man. I mean, even though they're away, I still like Green Bay, man. They're in a dome. I mean, but keep in mind though, Packers do have a couple injuries. I don't think Christian Watson's gonna play. I don't think. I just saw an injury report. I don't think he's playing. So
Yeah,
we'll see. I think
I think they still pull it out.
yeah, I think it's gonna be a heavy run game. I think Dylan's gonna get his carries and Aaron Jones. So we'll see. All right, cool. Las Vegas and Buffalo. Who do you got, Chris? Talk to me.
I listen, Buffalo's hard to beat in Buffalo. I don't think Josh Allen loses twice in the especially with the fashion that they lost
Mhm.
last week. So
Yeah,
I got Buffalo winning this one. I think Josh Allen has a big bounce back game.
yeah, I agree, man. I mean, dude, he just looked like shit on Monday, man. I mean, 3 picks. The way he went down, man. They had that game in the beginning too. I was watching some of it. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw some of it. They had that game, and like, dude, just like,
Yeah,
oh man, lost in overtime too. But yeah, I like Buffalo. I agree, man. I think he's gonna bounce back. He may throw maybe 3, 4 touchdowns. So I see it happening. Maybe even more. Who knows? Maybe he might bounce back even stronger. All right, and I like this rival right here, man. Baltimore and Cincinnati. What do you got?
I'm gonna give it to Baltimore. Defense wins, and that defense looks good.
You got Cincinnati going 0-2?
I got Cincinnati going on too,
Oof, man.
especially because I think Joe Burrow is really just I don't think he's healthy. And I think they're gonna chase him all over the field. It's gonna be hard.
Mm. You know what? Now that you say that, I keep forgetting that about the Joe Burrow thing, about his injury. I keep forgetting about that. Man, I'm gonna go with Baltimore on this one too. Just because I think Lamar Jackson's really gonna show up. So now they did lose their running back. They did lose their running back. So I do see Lamar Jackson running more. Yeah, I mean, I
I
think
don't know.
it's
I think Gus Edwards and Justice Hill can get it done.
yeah, I think so too. I picked up Gus Edwards too. I was like, I had their
Yeah,
start. I was like, damn it, he went out. So literally I dropped him, picked up Gus. I was like, oh, I'm picking up Gus. So for those fantasy owners out there, hey, pick him up as a flex. I picked him up. I'm gonna use him as my flex. But yeah, I like Baltimore in this one too. I think they're gonna pull it off. I think this is gonna be a defensive game too. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes into overtime, but I think I'm gonna give Baltimore the edge too. I think Lamar Jackson pulls. I think he's gonna show what he's really worth.
yeah.
So I like that one. Ooh, this is a good one. Seattle at Detroit. What do we got?
I got Detroit, man. I'm on the Aiden Hutchinson train. I think that defense. I think I'm a big defensive guy, man. I
Yeah.
think I think they're going to be able to get to Geno. I mean, we saw what happened last week
Mhm.
with the Rams. Did you literally see what happened? Like Geno Smith was like, "Oh my God!" When you saw you heard
Oh
he
yeah, I did
mic'd
see
up.
that. I heard about that.
So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of the same. I think they're not going to be able to stop the D line, and
Mhm.
it's going to be a problem.
Ah, for me, I'm gonna go Detroit, man, just because I like the way they look, man. They beat KC, man. I think they got that hype. I gotta go with Detroit, man. Even though I'm not crazy with Jared Goff this year, I mean, but you know what? I still think they pull it off. I mean, you got two like decent quarterbacks. They're not like star quarterbacks, but
Yeah.
I gotta go with Detroit on this one too. Oh, look at that. We got all these picks, man. We're 4 for 4. We gotta change it up. All right, this one
All right.
I
Well, who you got? Who you
all
got for this one?
right. You want me to start off with this one? LA
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
Tennessee? All right. LA and Tennessee. I'm gonna go with LA, man, just because I think Justin Herbert, man, I think he's gonna show up. And again, he's gonna show, just like Lamar Jackson, he's gonna show up and show what he's really worth. And Tennessee, I just think they're not a complete team yet, but they're getting
Mm-mm.
there. They're getting there. I think it maybe in like the next year or two, they really got to build up more on that defense, man. Ever since they lost AJ Brown too to us, I don't think they really have a star wide receiver out there too. So
Traylon Burks.
true,
Traylon Burks,
true,
man.
true, true. We're running out of time over here, but we're almost done.
Now I think the opposite. I think Tennessee's gonna have a big game. I think Derrick Henry's gonna rush for 180 yards, 180 to
Mm.
200 yards. I think he's just gonna absolutely
I think he's gonna
explode.
have a big game too. I think he's gonna have, but I'm still gonna go with the edge with LA on this one. All right, cool. Let's go with Chicago and Tampa. Who do you got?
Chicago, there's Chicago,
What's that?
Tampa, Chicago all the way, man.
You know what?
I just I don't think Baker can get it done.
Really? I
Yeah,
just
I'm switching it up from last week. I think I don't know, man. I just think I just don't think Tampa has it.
mm, I'm gonna go with Tampa on this one, man. I don't know, man. He looked decent last week. He didn't look great, but he surprised me. Let's put it that way. He was one of the players that surprised me from last week. So and he beat Minnesota. I was just like, that's a
Yeah,
average defense, not the
he's
worst.
fucking Minnesota. Relax, calm down.
Anyway, I got Tampa on this one, man. I just think they're home. I think we're gonna go in there and we're gonna end that streak. So I'm gonna go with Tampa on this one. Yeah, I just like Baker Mayfield in this game, man. Because Chicago, they're just a mess. That's another team too. I think they're just I like Justin Fields, but I think that defense, man, they gotta work on that defense.
Yeah,
All right, Casey and Jacksonville was a good one.
this is not a good one. Get the fuck out of here. Kansas City's gonna stomp on Jacksonville.
You think so?
Absolutely. Patrick Mahomes, he's not gonna lose twice either.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna go with Casey.
Exactly.
We're
Shut the
gonna
hell
pick
up.
Jacksonville.
Fuck outta
No,
here.
but I think it's gonna be a good game though. I think it's gonna be low scoring. I think both defenses are gonna show up too. Also, I'd say probably mid-20s maybe. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Casey. I don't see Patrick Mahomes losing twice in a row, but you never know. You never know. We'll see next week when we talk about it. But let's see who else we got. Indy and Houston. Who are the two rookies?
The toilet bowl. The toilet bowl. Look at that. Look at that. Tickets are $17. Get the hell out of here, bro. This is
Oh
the
my
toilet
God.
bowl classic.
What do you got?
And honestly, I want to go with Houston. I think they're gonna bring it out. I think they're gonna have a decent run game. I think they're gonna be able to win.
Hmm. All right. I like Indy in this one, man. I just think Richardson, he's gonna prove himself more.
Isn't he questionable?
I think so.
Oh, on the ESPN fantasy app, he's listed as
Was he?
questionable.
Okay. All right. But I'm still gonna give it to Indy on this one, man. I don't know. I just like Indy. I got a good feeling about that one. I think they're gonna beat Houston, man. Houston's just rebuilding, dude. They got a new coach, new quarterback. Like they're just rebuilding, man. Houston's not gonna be good for another maybe 3-4 years. Or shooting it. Never know. Maybe next year. But as we say with Dallas, maybe next year.
Exactly.
Oh man, I love talking shit about the Cowboys. But anyway, all right, San Fran and Los Angeles. Who we got?
San Fran. San Fran
Yeah,
proved
I agree.
last week that
Yeah, they
they're it.
they looked dominant last week, man. I don't think they're gonna slow down anytime soon.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with San Fran on this one, bro. There's no that looks like a team that doesn't have any weaknesses, man. Like I'm gonna go with San Fran. They look really good this year, man. And again, that's one. I think them, Philly, and Dallas, man, they're gonna compete for that NFC Championship. So,
I agree.
yeah, I gotta go with San Fran on this one. All right, and another toilet bowl over here.
Facts.
Giants.
$16 short ticket. There you go.
Arizona.
Glendale, Arizona, baby. That's where we're gonna be.
All right, what do we got in this one?
I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna give it to New York.
Yeah,
If Kyler Murray plays, I think Arizona has more of a chance to win. But if Kyler Murray doesn't play, then I think New York takes it.
yeah, I agree with that too. With this one, I'm gonna go with Arizona, man. Dude, they just look like shit, man. Offensive line, their defense, like I don't know what happened to them, man. They looked good last year.
They do.
Next week we could talk about like their moves, like what they did, like this offseason. Like, did they lose a lot of players or whatever? So we'll dig more deeper into that. But man, they just did not. If you don't score, like, bro, not even 3 points, come on, man. I gotta go Arizona on this one, man. I think whether Kyler Murray plays or not, I think Arizona has the edge.
All right, we'll see.
All right, man. This is the one I had circled: New York and Dallas.
Dallas takes it. Dallas is going to rip the Jets to shreds. Unfortunately, I think if they had Aaron Rodgers, I think it'd be a completely different story. But
yeah, he owns Dallas too, man. He owns
exactly.
Dallas.
I don't know if the Jets can bring it out. I'm about to order my soft jersey though, so you know.
Oh man. All right, with this one again, like I said, this is one that I'm excited about, man. It's gonna be low scoring. I see both defense playing really, really well. I think they both get defensive touchdowns, to be
Mhm.
honest. It's just I'm gonna go with Dallas only because they're home.
Yeah,
Only because they're home.
that's a good point too. That's a good
Yeah,
point
only
too.
because and it's I mean, Jets are going in there. We know how hard it is. I mean, you and I we're Eagles fans, man. You know how hard it is to win in Dallas, man. It's not easy. They're in a dome, bro. I mean, I want to lean towards the Jets, man, but only because Dallas is at home, man. I'm gonna go with Dallas because of
All
that
right.
home advantage, man. And they got the fans and all that. But I do think it's gonna be low scoring, and I think it's gonna be just to give you my little score prediction. I'm gonna say like 17-14, something like that.
Mm.
Dallas wins it.
I'm going. I don't even know. 28-7.
Ooh, wow.
I
Wow.
think the Jets score a defensive touchdown. That's it.
Mm,
Dak throws a pick or something like that. Tony
yeah.
Pollard fumbles the ball.
We'll see, man. I think this is one game, man. I think we're gonna talk heavy about this game next week, man. So let's
I
let's
agree.
let's circle this one. Don't be surprised if the Jets pull it off, but I mean, I'm gonna lean with Dallas on this one. But all right, we got four more. We got Washington and Denver. What do we got with this one?
Washington. Simple. Washington.
Really, I got Denver, man. I
I
like
don't know, man.
I like Sean Payton, man. I just they lost by 1 point last week, man. I just like that. And Denver's at home too, man. I like Denver on this one.
I
I
don't
just
think it
like
matters.
I like Denver on this one. I just think, yeah, just because they're at home, Sean Payton. So, and Russell Wilson, man. I mean, again, they lost by 1 point last week. They could have won last week, but I'm going to go with Denver. All right,
We'll have to agree to disagree.
Miami and New England,
Miami.
two
Easy.
rivals. Yeah, I got
Easy.
Miami in this one too. I think the Patriots are going to start off 0-2, man. I think their defense did look solid against us, man, but the question is, can they
Doesn't
stop
matter.
Tyreek Hill, man? Can Tua look?
Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill. That's it. That's all you need. Put the
Yeah,
ball up.
definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Miami on this one too. I mean, it's gonna be it's a Sunday night game. Okay. So
Yep.
hopefully they have good weather. Hopefully it doesn't rain. But I'm gonna go with Miami too. All right, we got two primetime double headers on Monday. We got New Orleans at Carolina, another rival game. Wow, a lot of rival games this week.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think they tried to do some divisional games this week. So,
True. Make it a little more exciting.
but
But what do we got?
in this one, I think I'm gonna have to go with New Orleans.
Yeah, I agree too, man. I'm gonna go with New Orleans on this one. Just because I think Bryce Young, rookie man. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
like, you got a new coach. I mean, coach is experienced, Frank Wright, but
I just think he needs to get wet behind his ears. Simple as that.
we'll talk about that more next week. But because we're running out of time here, but we'll talk about more about that next week. We'll get a little deeper into the coaching and all that. So I'm gonna go with New Orleans, man. I started their defense too in fantasy. I benched Phillies. Sorry, but Philly, you guys didn't look good against Titans last week. And last but not least, man, we got Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Who do we got?
I got Cleveland. Kenny Two Gloves isn't gonna get it done.
Really, I got Pittsburgh on this one. I like Pittsburgh.
Kenny Two Gloves is not gonna get it done.
All right. Well, I got Pittsburgh on this one, man. But yeah, I just think they pull it off. Home field advantage. So
We'll see.
we will see. But listen, that's a wrap right there, man. It's short on time. Listen, enjoy the game tonight, Chris, and we will talk next week, and we'll see how these
Yes,
picks
sir.
go.
All right, everybody, enjoy your week.
For everybody,
Go Birds.
Go Birds. If you're not a Birds fan, get out. I'm just kidding. But we'll talk next week. Peace out.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe and share.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Peace out.
All right, guys.
Peace out.